Hi, welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we're back working on the most expensive budget RC car that you can buy from Tamiya.
That's funny, you only mentioned the budget part.
Well, yeah. Yes, it's this, the TT-02 Type SRX. So in the previous video, I know it was ages ago, I know. We built the chassis, but this kit doesn't come with a body, so you have to choose what you're going to do. Well, I had a few ideas and I was waiting for them all to turn up, and I finally made a choice. So in this episode, we're finally going to finish the SRX, and I've decided, shock horror, I'm going to try and run it. It's not going to be a shelf queen. I want to take it to a track and give it a blast. But before we do that, well, first of all, we need to paint up the body, and I need to source some electronics as well as a few upgrade parts. So in this episode, we're going to make a start on that. So if you're interested to see that, stay tuned. Hit it, Charlie. So yes, for all that money, you basically just get the chassis and you get wheels. Now the wheels, these have been out on something else. I think it was the Porsche, could be wrong. I'll put a picture up here if I actually find them, but they're quite rare wheels. But I found out because of the change in the arms and the uprights, you can't just put any rim on this you like, because I picked up some of these rims, which is what I was going to fit on them, and they actually hit at the back. So if you're thinking about getting one of these and you're going to slap on different wheels, yeah, you've got to be careful. Not a lot actually clear. I mean, you could modify the back of it and cut that out and make it work. So I even tried some of the offset rims and they don't work either. So I guess I'm just going to have to live with these, really. These rims do actually fit okay. There's enough clearance front and rear. I have got another set coming because I wanted to put some, what they call them, the turbo wheels on them. But if they don't fit on this, I can fit them to another rally car, so I'm not bothered. I'm going to take the chance. But they need to be quite deep dish rims with lots of clearance. Otherwise, they just don't go on this car. But you can put these standard racing rims from Schumacher Racing. They do fit on this. And I'm guessing most people that buy this are going to take it racing, are going to do that. So it's okay. It's just if you decide you want to build one as a shelf queen and you've got your idea of exactly the rims you're after. Now, there is a few bits missing off this car that should have been in the kit for that money. Shocks being one of them, plastic oil shocks. So I've upgraded to these ones. These aren't exactly the right ones to go on this car, but I had them in my parts bin and they'll do the job as well. I probably will change them out, or I'll tweak around with them for a bit, see how they are, because I'm going to take this one racing. Yeah, I want to give this a go at my local track. They race them on a Monday, so I'm going to try and get down there when I can to at least get it around the track once. So stay tuned, that will be coming to the show. Anyway, back to the body. Now, I've been umming and ahhing about a body for this for ages, and I'd kind of decided on this. Now, this is the Toyota that came out from Tamiya on the TT-02, and I really like this body. But then I thought, well, if I'm going to race it, it's a lot of work to do this one, and I really want to do this in box art, and I love it with the orange and the white. So I was like, it's going to be too much work to put on the car and then take it running. So I thought, what other body is coming out that's available, that's not going to cost me an absolute fortune? And then this was released. So we're going with this. Now, luckily, L&LModels do split some kits sometimes, and you can get some body sets. So I managed to pick up this body set. I didn't buy the TT-02 because I kind of got one. So I managed to pick up the rims, the car, all the decals and everything, and that's when I found out that these rims as well do not fit on this car. So I'm gonna stick with these. Luckily they kind of work. Anyway, in this episode we've got to cut that body out, paint it up, and then yeah, and then put all those decals on that don't look too difficult, but kind of are, because I'm turning it into a rally car. I'm not leaving it white like this. I'm actually doing the RS decals. So yeah, wish me luck. So there you go, really chuffed with it. I really like it. I wasn't oversold at the beginning, but it's kind of grown on me, and as I finished up the decals, it just sort of come to life a little bit. I do love these decals. The reproduction ones are slightly different to the ones that Tamiya done when they released it as a kit, but trying to find those now, and you're only really going to put those on a shelf queen as I'm going to run this. This is perfect. I was really happy with the decals from L&LModels. They actually go on quite well. It's just the RS logos are slightly different, so you can really tell aftermarket versus original ones. Painting it up, well, it's just PS1 across the whole thing and then smoke the windows. So really easy, no masking really, and then just smoking the windows afterwards. So painting the body up, super simple and super fast, which is great if you're going to run it because they don't really last forever. Putting the decals on, they look really complicated, but actually they're pretty straightforward as they're big slabs of decal. The one across the roof is a total one piece, well, apart from the bit that comes up, but you take that out and then just stick it on, really easy. The side decals, which look like they're a nightmare, are actually okay. It's all one thing. So as long as you line up the door handle and then roll it down and take your time, they're fine. I actually put the sides on just by sticking them on. The roof I actually did with water and washing up liquid because I wanted to line it up properly. The hardest one is the RS on the bonnet, and I kind of did stuff up a little bit. It should be a little bit higher. That's the only one that's a bit of a faff, but being that I've got the body posts at the top, having it a bit lower doesn't look strange. Also, the wing mirrors and the rear spoiler, they are a bit creamy, so I did give them a quick once over with some Tamiya PS1 paint as well, just to try and balance them out a little bit. But so really quick. All in all, I think I turned this body around in just a few hours, which is brilliant because I'm going to take it racing. I do plan on getting another one, and I will do it as a shelf queen so that after I finish driving it, I can just put that body on and then put it on the shelf. I am really excited to see how well it drives, as it's supposed to be pretty decent with those arms and the changes and the modifications that were done with this kit. Next, we've got to put some electronics in it, and I'm having a little bit of an issue. You see, the electronics that I plan to put in this currently are in this, because I'm going to put new electronics in this soon, and they'll be coming from Rochester. I'm having a little bit of an issue with this. I've got some really intermittent weird gremlins going on.
So Wags and JP. Wags is silver. He's obviously putting a lap on Gav, was there, who had trouble going up and down the race corner. Jack's been doing some running repairs. He's just thrown his car back on the track. And looks like Gav is still having electrical issues. Thought he got to the bottom of that, but that does not look promising.
So in the next video for this car, we're going to try and diagnose that. I'm going to move them over and then see how it performs. If it does the same thing, then we'll dig into it, because I think there's a good video in trying to figure out what's going on with this car and why I'm having so many issues with the electronics. Then we will try and take this one running, as well as there will be an upgrade video for the B6.4. So lots to come, so stay tuned. Thanks so much. See you on the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.